Hold on, let's see if it happens. Let's see. Oh, I can hear you. Oh, it's muted. Go ahead, Carol on the bottom. Go ahead and unmute. Are you ready? Can you hear me? Can you see me okay?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Okay, cool beans. Honestly, welcoming y'all. Thank you for letting me be behind. My first client of the day, I got a call from the vet. You know, there's a horse that was sick on the property, and I'm doing that.
Okay.
I got a call from the vet at 4:01 when I started. And so that automatically put me 10 minutes, and I was like, well, it's a shit show till then. So it's a whole thing. So I appreciate it, y'all. So with that being said, thank you. It was a good excuse though. It was a decent one, you know. So I want to kind of tell y'all real quick. I mean, you know what I do, but I want to tell you how I do it. Okay. That way there leaves no stone unturned. Number one, I'm going to normally I have a notepad, but today it's an art notepad. So this is what I use to scribble on. This is your beautiful clean page. I get anxiety when I channel, and so I just move my pen erratically to try to make that go away. The next thing though is when we are channeling, what we are doing, you have to remember, is that we are asking people's consciousness to come in. We're asking their soul to come in, right? So we have to do this with love. We have to do this with grace. We have to do this with dignity. You also have to remember too that not every person has ever been channeled before. Okay. So what we're trying to ask them to do is we're saying, hey, because it's you're the one with the connection. I'm just one that's really damn good at reading it. Okay. So what we're doing is we're saying, hey, come in on your connection, on your love, hop in her body, play with her brain, and make sure she realizes what you're talking about. That's what this is. Okay. And so what ends up happening is that there's like a moment with each individual spirit that I say, okay, they love you, but this is how I talk. And this is how I'm going to teach you how to talk. And for me, it feels like it's an hour, but it's not. It's like 30 seconds, but time doesn't exist when I do this. Okay. And so what happens is when I go through and I say, does this make sense? Or is this correct? And you go, yes. What it means is that means I go, okay, cool. You got it. I got it. They got it. Let's move forward. Okay. That's all it is. I don't want you to tell me everything though. Like, I want to figure this out myself. Okay. Cause this is also my own person. I mean, I've had near-death experiences. I've done the whole thing, but I'm still not fully convinced that there's something there. So this is my own, like, going 30-year experiment on proving to myself over and over again that there is life after death. Okay, so that's the whole thing. Now, the last thing with this is that how do we channel? How do we channel people? And what happens is that they talk kind of like in 4 different ways. The first way that I get, and it's really delineating on how I do it. So the first way is I get signs and symbols. They pop up everywhere. The first one, maybe I'll get like what do you call it? A palm tree, which means I'm from Florida, stuff like that. They'll put it all in a line and it'll create a sentence. The next thing is that they will do a bunch of feelings and emotions. This is how mainly spirits talk, but feelings and emotions aren't just like, oh, I'm happy. That's great. Everybody is if you're in heaven, whatever. The whole thing is when they talk, they use things like, you know, oh, I got shot in front of my house by my brother's best friend. Like, that is a feeling. Okay. So if I sit there for a second and I'll be like, because I really want to get it right. So I take the time to dissect the feeling. The next couple of ones are that they will try to put me in situations that may have happened to them, happen to you, or will happen to you. Okay. And the last one is words and phrases. Just straight up words and phrases that just show up in my brain, and I got to tell you what they are. Sometimes you'll hear me arguing with myself, and it's because I'm deciding, like, is this a real thing that you're telling me? And it always is. Okay, so just it is because for me, I'm still trying to figure it out. So the last thing I want to tell y'all before we really get into it is that when we're channeling, not the best way I can describe the spirit world, especially if you watch my stuff, is that not everybody's in the same, what we like to call vibration or frequency. Think of, from what I can gather, is that the spirit world is like a really tall apartment building. You know, there's a kind of like a directory at the bottom. We all know who's there. But if you're on the 10th floor and somebody's on the 3rd floor, you're not necessarily talking to each other. Okay, but you know, you live there. So if somebody is in what we like to call middle vibration, they're not really going to be talking to somebody up here high. So that means that I have to stay here, channel this person, and then we can go to the next one and do it. Okay. So I'm going to kind of feel around. What? Oh my God, I almost like took out my camera. My God, sorry, that's a whole thing. I've been scared. You see me jump. What is going on? Hold on. Oh, and the other thing somebody said, I read your email right before. You said, I've never, like, past loved ones have never come through in other readings, right? So pretty much all that means to me is that either we didn't do the right prep, which that's always bullshit. But the other thing to me is that they just didn't know how to tune into them. Maybe they're not on the same level. You know, that's it. It's hard. What? There's somebody that just showed up and it's a guy. He's like, I'm here. Like, aren't you happy about it? Just like that. But walks over. Oh, wow. Hold on. Somebody says, well, I didn't get invited to the party like that. What? Y'all are just sitting, they're talking about sitting around, they're talking about this being a party, they're talking about how this person's like, she says, I'm not an old nun. She says, I can be here to like hang out with y'all. There's a woman that's like very nice, but also very opinionated in a good way. And she just wants to like let her presence be known. And so we'll talk about that in a second. She tells me that I make her sound like she's very brash right now, which is not the case. Now remember, she's trying out how to use my brain. Hold on. One. She's funny. She rolls her eyes a lot. She gets very like flabbergasted at this one. I wonder if this is mom's mom. Mom's mom is crossed.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, okay. That's her. Okay. She goes like this because she's talking about she hates to be in the hospital. She doesn't like it. She likes to be at home. She's a homebody. Like that's not a thing. And she's sitting there. I'm going to explain to you everything that I'm getting in my brain because sometimes you may get it before I do because I haven't been everywhere in the world or had all the experiences. Okay. So she's talking about sitting there. She has like she has a beepy thing on her phone, or on her finger, which means like pulse reader. But I don't even know if she was around when the pulse readers happened, but she's talking about how stupid this is and how she doesn't like it. She says, oh God. And she like rolls her eyes, which means she doesn't like to be, she goes, oh, why do I got to be here? I just want to be home. Well, of course it's all about family. And they're laughing at me. This woman is in her feet swell, her ankles swell. You're not fat. Stop it. She's so funny. My computer screen, the whole thing just glitched. She always has comments about her body, what's happening. I tell her she looks so nice. She says that I wonder, like me, she says, me and my daughter, man, Ruthie is a hard one to get along with, but she's so nice and she's so bossy. But she loves her. What? She says, don't think that I haven't I stopped watching you too. So she's talking about you being the granddaughter, I'm guessing. So this is the granddaughter. She says, don't think I haven't stopped watching you too. She says, we all are. There's one lower vibrational person here, and we'll have to get into that in just a second because they're talking about her. They're saying tisk, tisk, tisk. So it's something about being disappointment about somebody dying. And so we'll have to get into that. That means that I'll have to go down a little bit. What? Don't say anything though. We'll figure that out in just a second. What happened to you? Hold on. Sorry. It's the whole thing. This gets very fun. And I want to know who the guy is. She says she's talking here. Tell me about her. She wants to give her daughter a hug. She wants to give her a hug. She can get very loving if she wants to, and I can feel her. I can feel her if she wears a bra and like how her skin is like overlaying it a little bit. You know how it has like the little bumps a little bit, which is very interesting. And you can feel she's giving you a hug. How interesting. She says you're very skinny. She says you're too skinny. I don't think you're too skinny. I think you're like me. She says that, like do something about it. She says, look at the comparison between me and her. She says, yes, feel mine. She says like you can't feel what?
I did lose weight. She's skinny. She is.
Me too. That's okay. You got that one, yeah? Because she's talking about feeling this and how look at her, she feels it, but over here I can't do it, and there's something wrong here. And it's not, but she has an opinion about it. What? She's funny. She talks about now, mind you, she does not She will cook anything for everybody. She's so funny. She keeps talking about how she says, I'll make anything for anybody, whatever you want, whatever you want. It's funny, but she also doesn't like to have her nails like messed up, which is interesting or something, or like she doesn't like she's very clean at the same time. What? What? Where she just made me taste pot roast, which is an odd thing. I haven't had that before. Interesting. I don't even think that that's
Yeah,
like
she loves, yeah, the whole pot roast, loves making that.
Is-
Actually,
is
yeah,
that-
my brother, yeah, especially
Is that
pot
his
roast with
favorite?
Ruthie, yes. My brother, oh, definitely, yeah. A pot roast. I can't believe
Why
she
did you talk
mentioned
about pot roast in the
pot roast.
afterlife?
Okay, so you have to okay, let me kind of explain this. Okay, so what I figured out is that they create their own version of heaven and they're trying to invite you to the family gathering. And so they're still having this on the other side. Okay.
Aw.
And one of the things you remember is pot roast. And like, how random is that? Right. But it was like her favorite thing to make. It's the best thing. And so what is that? That's connection. That's what that is. Okay. So, and they'll talk about messages. I mean, but honestly, we're all on our good path. We're all in our right space. It's just like, do we allow ourselves to open up and go there? And so, people are always like, well, what is the message for me? The message for you is to have fun, enjoy life. And yes, we'll get into that. We're going to go into health, wealth, love, the whole thing, like what we should do but for them, they want you to know that they're around. And so they will talk about some of the most random stuff sometimes. And I'm just here for it. Like pot roast. Like she made me taste carrots and celery, which was odd. And like when you brown the meat.
Well,
Yeah.
well,
What
I know, food was
is
everything.
for my mom, everything.
was it? Oh, she loves it. She keeps showing me casserole dishes, like the ones with the glass lids on it, like the whole thing. It's just because I also brought mine out the other day. Okay, wait, what happened to you? Can you come back over here? She talks about other things. I'm gonna ask her to walk me through. She's having fun in heaven. What? Don't be. Man, there's a gentleman with her. She says, when did you get here? Like she's like talking to somebody about that. So I'm trying to figure out who that is. She says, would you believe it? Would you believe it? She just put cancer in my head, but I don't necessarily think that that's it. Just because it doesn't hit anything else. I think she had like did your mom end up having a hysterectomy? Did she ever have a hysterectomy?
No, she had, she did have breast cancer, that she had.
Breast cancer. Okay. Yeah, that's why she keeps talking about, she takes me. I said, so what happened? What happened? She says cancer. Like, okay, so that's where she's going. And then she immediately talks about me. Like I lost my feminine parts because I had cancer stuff going on, and endometriosis. And she puts that in my head that this is what she wants to talk about. So it's the feminine one. She says that, but it's a whole slew of other things apparently too on top of that. That's what she says. She's talking about it's not just easily that, it's 11111, it's all of these. She has you, Mom, you were able to like be around her before she passed?
Yes.
Yeah, because she's talking about, I go, so what was it like? I said, were you by yourself? Is that why you're pissed off about like having these hospital visits? She goes, she says, no, my daughter was able to be there. She talks about you coming up and giving her a kiss. She says, it was just hard. My mouth doesn't do that. Hard. She says, what? She just wants to wrap Christmas gifts. How funny. She gets lazy and puts it in a bag. I'm okay with that. She's talking about how random. She doesn't want to talk about her passing. She does not like it. She tells me she felt terrible. Obviously, you're dying. She says that
Take a picture, be like,
I
I
wish you
don't
would
wanna
know.
talk about
I know.
Yeah, I know. She just wishes that y'all would know how much she loves you all. She loves you all. And she says that you need to get closer with your mother. She says she needs you. She's crying out to you. That's literally what she said. She's like, why don't y'all go and do like a girls trip or like a girls night or something? I think y'all hang out. It's a whole
Yeah.
thing. It's weird, like your grandmother talks about pushing y'all together and almost like if you go to the country or something like that. I have no idea. But then she keeps talking about pedicures. So maybe we go and get pedicures together already. We're good with oh, you do.
Maybe we
Cool,
could do
cool.
Let's do that.
do
Yeah,
that.
yeah, like that. And she keeps talking about how mom wants and desires this connection and how, like, I don't know, she's talking about coming from your heart. So y'all do that. Y'all do that. She says it's very important. What? I love this. Tell me. So who's this guy with you? She keeps talking about this other person, and so I'm guessing it's the girl, and she keeps talking about how it's so sad about her or something like that. Like there's a lower vibrational person. Your mom, now they'll do this, they'll talk about this is the whole thing about the different floors I'm talking about. So she goes, tisk tisk, that's so sad about her.
Yeah.
And it's remember their spirit.
Yeah.
Okay, so what about it? And who can you go back to the other guy first, please? Hold on. She's gonna be the one leading the brigade today. She says she always did it. She says, lucky me, I always did it. Your mom talks. This is so odd. I love spirits like this. I'm gonna go over here. What?
It would be a talker.
Yeah, I know. That's,
She is a talker. She is a talker. And mom, do you normally wear glasses? Or only when you read?
oh, you know what? I can't. I have these.
Oh, you
but-
have them. Oh, you have them. Oh,
Yeah,
they
I
are
can
big.
see- I know. I can see you better, but I figured I hate wearing these.
Yeah, no, but this is okay. This is what your mom said.
She's probably saying, "Why is it Nancy
Sorry.
putting on her glasses? She can't see, and I'm squinting."
It's so
Oh, that's so weird. And you had them in your hand. That's the other odd part for me. Okay, then I'm sitting here. So she goes like this. She goes, tell her it's okay to wear glasses. Tell her she can put them on. And I go, I don't think she has glasses. She goes, no, she does. She does. That's why I said you normally wear glasses.
I can't
Yeah.
like. I can see. I can't see when I'm up close, but now I can see great.
See, wear them. Your mom tells me to tell you to wear them. That's so crazy. Okay, what? Yeah, this is why they just want to be a part of your family. And dogs are here too. She's letting you know dogs are here too. It's a whole thing. And she is just very, very happy about all these. And we'll talk about animals too. We'll like bring them all for it. And she's talking about all dogs go to heaven. She says that exactly like that. Wait, tell me. Y'all had to put a dog down at some point. There's something going on here like that because they keep talking about coming up and petting this baby. And she goes, I got him here. Like it's a whole thing. And they just want to let you know. What? Oh, we'll go further into that. Think of like what I'm doing here. I'm waiting for this thought to come in and they inject it. And then I ask, what else do you want to talk about? And it's almost like they fill up a bag and then you let it go and you wait for it. It's just the coolest thing. Tell me. Okay, I want to go over here. What? Did the other girl, was she like doing drugs?
no. What
What was up with,
about?
was
Oh.
somebody like smoking a lot of pot or something?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't think nobody's doing heroin or anything like that. There's somebody's talking about just like pot. And I'm like, she literally says drugs. And I was like, what type of drug? I'm used to dealing with like meth and heroin. Well, not me, but with clients, like their people. And she's like, no. And she's like the soft stuff. And I'm like, okay, who's doing that? What's up with that? They
Wait.
say that, hold on. Wait. What? I'm gonna have to go down into a lower vibration for this one. She keeps saying like such a good person, tis tis, that's sad, like that. She says that what?
I don't know if you're talking about the breed.
Give me a second. I'm gonna figure this out. What? Hold on. They're talking about seeing somebody decline. I wonder if somebody's on a lot of medication or like a lot of drugs dealing with this or like getting in with something like that. Weird. Like there's like a heaviness that goes with it. Hold on. Hold on. There's nobody that died of like brain cancer though, correct? What is that?
Well, that was not brain cancer. I don't. Well, brain death. I
Well,
guess.
Yeah, what's brain dead? Like literally keep talking about the death of the brain and
Yeah.
like how it degrades and how it's like gone. And they talk about the meds to like keep them supported or keep them alive or like getting into that area. And they talk about how disabling it is. Obviously, when you go brain dead, it is disabling, but like how even before that. And they're talking about how I'm not with your mom anymore. She's up there. And they're talking about how there's a lot of heaviness. There's a ton of sadness that goes along with here. I have to say they'd be like taking responsibility for this for some reason, but what? Whoa. I don't know if that's correct. I don't know if that's correct. Hang on. Weird. They keep showing me the images for depression over and over again too. I don't know. One. But y'all don't have any, you and mom, there's nothing like that. Hang on. Give me a second. How did you get there though? How did you get into that area? They're giving me two things that I'm trying to decide on which one it is. Both of them feel insanely quick. But I'm trying to figure out one or the other. Hang on, give me a second. Help me. Weird, and they go and they shift it to a butterfly. Odd. I want to say that something happened in. Tell me. There's like a sistering type of energy, which could also go along with like really. Yeah, there's that sistering type of energy vibe. I have to say it goes along more on like the sad area. So maybe it's something that goes along with like self-inflicted, like getting in that line, like stuff like that. But I don't maybe it's like accidental death, but there's like sadness, a heavy sadness that goes with it. And so how does that happen? I wonder if there's like a guy involved somehow or somewhere, I don't know, or like maybe there's like a boyfriend or something that goes along the side, or like there's a man. They keep referencing that. I'm not saying inside of this accident or inside of this, but they keep pulling out and like wanting to reach out to a guy or wanting to reach out to like this person over there. They want. I wonder if they died in their home. Weird.
She might have. She might have.
I have no idea. Hold on.
Oh,
Give me a second. Hold on. Come here, bud. And they keep saying I wasn't ready to go. No, like that. They keep mentioning that over and over again. Hang on. Yeah, it feels very sistery. Sistery in here. Who's the woman? The younger woman?
That's my cousin. So her.
Okay.
And she like is like a sister.
It's
like a sister. Yeah, that's
more than
that's why I'm like it's sistery. It's not sister.
Yeah.
And there's something that goes along where it's. Hold on. Give me her first name only.
Orb. Juliet.
Oh, you saw it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You'll see them go into my head too. Just watch. Hold on. And come out when I think of something. Sometimes you'll notice the correlation, especially if you go back and look. I'll say something right after something came out of my head. Or right when it goes in. It's weird. Come here. it didn't make the news. There she's talking about being disgruntled about weird. Did she have like an accident, like an actual accident? Yeah. Okay. Because she's talking about how it should have made the news, but it didn't. Like, aren't I good enough to make the news? I don't know. There's like some jokiness that goes along with it. I'm
Oh,
like,
yes.
I don't know. Yeah, and I'm like, I think you are. See, there's like the slight sarcasm. She's not ready to be dead yet. I can tell you that. Not ready to be dead yet at all.
That was
Which means yeah, which means she's here in this. So I've been channeling on what we like to call heaven. So I want you to think of when you channel like on different, you know how guitars have different strings, right? And they make different notes. So heaven is like the lightest note. And when you stay on there, you can get all the notes on that string, right? When you press a fret. When you go to these different levels, it's like hopping strings. And if people don't know where to feel these, then you're not going to get anything. It's like tuning into a radio station. Hold on. What? Now the trick is learning how to do that. I don't know. What? She's talking about how her thing card. I don't know. So this is the brain dead one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I said, so what was going on? Tell me about it. Go walk me through it. And she's talking about having like, if somebody has like, the oxygen thing or whatever coming out of her, that's what this is, and how stupid it looks because her soul is above her body at that point. And she doesn't like it. And she says like, she's literally letting me know that it took me long enough to find her. I should have been quicker. And I said, thank you. And she says that they do. Remember, you are a spirit in a body. Okay. So when you don't have your body, you're still yourself. Tell me about her. Weird. Okay. Would y'all like trade your clothes? Would you steal each other's clothes?
Yeah, she would. But she don't give it back.
Yes. Okay. This is how interesting. This is what she says. She goes, I want to tell you, you look good. You look good. And yeah, now I can steal your clothes. Like, it's just like joking about it. I'm like, but you don't have a body. But she's talking about going through your closet and like looking at your stuff but in spirit. So like, that's the thing. Again, another random thing for them to bring up. So you know that it's him. What happened? Can you walk me through it? Can you? Interesting. She like partly blames it on herself a little bit, which is interesting. She's talking about, was she drinking?
No.
You know, what is the blaming it on herself? And that usually goes along with that with me. What happened there?
She had like scarring on her windpipe and she got surgery on it, but then that back in 2020, and the doctor told her she's going to have to keep getting the surgery on her windpipe, and she never went back. And I don't know how many signs she was getting to go to the doctor, but she just never did. And I don't know if I'm seeing orbs. It's weird.
That's her. That's her. That's her, because she's here.
Yeah. I don't know if that was.
We just don't know what happened. Why she
was it the windpipe?
What made her stop breathing in that morning? Like the morning she woke up, she said she couldn't breathe. Yeah. She couldn't breathe, and then her husband called the ambulance.
That's the man. Remember the man I was talking about? He's the one that's in that emergency.
The ambulance, and the ambulance took 15 minutes to get there, and by then she wasn't breathing. So she was without oxygen for that 15 minutes.
And that's why she was brain dead.
So I don't know. And then it is something, because she kept saying to my sister that her throat was hurting her the night before. And my sister went, Juliet, you got to get your throat checked out. She's like, it's probably just my sinuses.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
It's weird. It almost feels like, she can tell me. It almost feels like she is having, it's funny because I'm getting like slight throat pain here, and it feels like when I have an allergic reaction and it closes off. She's talking about how swelling. I'm wondering, hang on. That's interesting. I'm wondering if this is what happened, that I've never experienced passing away like this. I mean, unless somebody like hung themselves, right? And so that's but she's talking about how I think maybe the scar tissue got so bad or it was getting so thick that she was having a lot of phlegm, having a lot of mucus come down there, and she wasn't able to expel it out or like cough it out. So it just settled in the lungs or settled in that area because of the scar tissue. So you couldn't rest or expel it. And so gradually that's why she was having a hard time the night before. And then when she's sleeping at night, what do you do a lot? You get that phlegm that collects and it stays and stays and stays. And because she can't get it out, because the way she kind of like shows me is, think of this as being a circle, right? But then you have this membrane around the outside that's like making it thicker. And then when you're trying to expel it out, it can't, this is gonna look weird, but you can't put it through that little bit of an opening, right? Like that. And so I think, I know it's a thing. Oh, they'll talk about that too. They watch you too. It's weird. But she's laughing too. But I think in a way, I think in a way, maybe she like,
she's
almost like, right? Yes, that's what it is. And I think in a way, maybe she drowned in like her own fluid. I think it got worse than that. She says she's an idiot. I don't think she's an idiot. I think she's very smart. She's very brilliant. She's very opinionated.
I know.
She says, I didn't want to spend the money. I didn't want them to tell me that I had to do it again. She gets it. She gets it. She's up here watching, I was going to say Grams. So grandma, she says, I'm down here because she doesn't want to be dead yet. So she hangs out with y'all. She's very physical. That's not a bad thing though. She'll move up. She'll go up to heaven. It's fine. Nobody's stuck. I just want to let you know. She's just not ready to go yet. What do you mean? She thinks her husband's cute though. She thinks he's very, very hot. She says, I just want to, she literally says, I go, so why are you here? She goes, cause I got to look at my husband. And she's funny because she's very almost like aggressive on how she doesn't want him to be with anybody else. I just want to let you know. And she's like, fuck her, like whoever comes in the picture.
Wow. I don't think he's going anywhere, Juliet, because I don't think he's having a good time.
No, don't let it. I mean, she's already, so remember, so spirits see the future because they only exist in the now. So they can see the past, present, and future. So she's talking about when this other woman comes on the scene and she's like, no, like that. She says that, oh, we're like, did she have a baby?
Yeah.
She had a baby. She did. She goes like this. She just showed me an image of, I'm not saying, I think it's an older kid. I think it's a kid. But she's talking about how we can hold this baby and I can hear like when you smack them or like pat them on their diaper.
Yeah.
Like that. And she's talking about, this is what I miss. This is what I miss. She says she was a great mom. She says she just wants to let you know that she was a great mom. Yeah, she says that. Yeah. I know what. I can't, she says, can you go and talk to them? I can't get a word out and he doesn't believe that I'm here. And it just is so frustrating. She's very frustrated.
I was reading.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Please just tell him that she's here. Her hair, she does not like her hair looking gross. She says she's being gross. She's like, she didn't like the way she looked when she crossed over. She loves y'all. She's so happy to be here. She's just venting her frustrations.
Yeah. She didn't look like
herself in the
yeah, Julia, with her hair. And the mom, did not like the way they did her hair or anything.
Oh, in the way.
No. Oh my gosh, did not like it. My sister was mad.
Yeah, was it like puffier than it was supposed to be?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Okay. This is all she said. She made a joke that she looked like Dolly Parton, or that she looked like she pulled out of my head, what do you call it? The animal crackers in my soup person from a long time ago. Shirley Temple.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but that's to get me to understand the extreme. So they put these extreme things to say, come here, dumbass, like look at this. That's literally what they do. And so what? she's so funny. She's talking about how she's always talking about her tummy. She's talking about here. She's like, I didn't even get to get like a mommy makeover, and I'm like, weird. Like there's like jokes about stuff like that. And she didn't take it seriously. She says, I love life. I love life. She says, I love my family. She says, I didn't take it seriously. She says, I wish I could go back. And she says, but she really appreciates talking. She loves y'all. She says, Cooper, how odd. What a weird name to bring up. Nobody has a Cooper.
Oh,
Oh,
well,
Coop, yeah. Cooper. COOP. That's for me, that's what I call one of my chickens, which is odd. So I don't know if you know anybody with the last name Cooper.
last
or anything
last
like-
name is
last
Cooper.
name
Yeah.
is Cooper.
Who's
Well,
that?
Well,
Otherwise
not
she-
her. It's my sister's. Well, she's not
Well, he's-
fiance.
Well, he's
His last
kind of
name.
like a stepfather
Cooper.
figure. But I
Wait,
don't-
what? Wait, you have somebody with a last name Cooper?
Yeah,
Like that's
Gary
legit.
Cooper.
Not the
What did you say? What is
Gary
his name?
Cooper.
Gary Cooper.
Oh, is she making fun of Gary Cooper in the afterlife?
No,
She would know,
Oh my
but she
God. Let me tell you. Oh, how weird. This is going to blow your mind even more. I will call my husband in here so you can hear it from him that I'm not lying. Come on my live tomorrow. I'll talk about it. Oh, that's so weird. So I have from like 2 years ago, there's a spirit. He hangs out with me.
Oh, I know.
He-
I have their lives. Yeah.
Gary. Why did I just say Cooper? And who did I? What's his name?
Gary.
Gary.
Gary. Yeah.
Again. Oh my God. Please be there tomorrow for me to verify that because that is so weird. I haven't seen the name Gary today. They just called out Gary. I tell your mom about that later. Like I see yesterday I went to HEB, it's a grocery store here, and the guy that I checked out with, his name was Gary. Very random.
gosh.
Like, and then oh yeah, every day. And so right now she just put in the name Cooper in my head, and his name is Gary. Like this is odd. I have a crystal named after him. I'm gonna name my horse that. Like it's just it's odd. You are my sign for today. So that means, oh God, that's so weird. Now I'm going to have a weird panic attack in this moment. I love this. This is so great. Okay. So come back over here. Tell me about you. Wait. So what? I wonder who's the May baby? Who's the Taurus person? Who's Taurus? Or end of June? Does she have anything to do with May? Does anybody have anything to do with like May and Taurus?
She was supposed to have a baby in May, June, but
Oh,
it had a
was she?
pregnancy.
Oh, okay. There's something she keeps making. I have my Taurus statue up here for my husband, but she keeps making a big deal about Taurus and May and how it's significant and like how it's this big thing and like how it's this birthday thing. So I'm guessing she's probably trying to tell you that this baby that she was supposed to have is there or like bring that up. But since I don't have a boy or a girl or anything like that, that's the only way that she's referencing it. Cooper. God. Okay, let me go back over here. Let me switch my thinking. Hold on. I want to see if I can bring the gentleman too. I want to see if y'all have any questions. What? Weird one. She's putting on. I said, what did you do for your job? She said, not anything good. I go, okay, so she's a mom and also at the same time. So she just did like, was she like administration? Was she like head of administration or something like that?
But she helped with Drita
With
do
Dre-
like
yeah,
yeah,
with
like
Dre-
what was he? He was like a
He's like of the apartment's a super. Like he
Super.
took care of her, but she
but she helped too.
Oh, but she helped him. Yeah, she goes like this. I said, so what did you do? She goes, oh, nothing. I said, what was your job? She goes, oh, nothing exciting. And I go, what is that? And she talks about when I go into the office, I have to wear like a sweater or whatever it is. And I was like, oh, okay. And then she puts it like button up. So I was like, oh, that for me is like administration. And she says, yeah, that with like paperwork. She says, oh, and I was a mom too. I was like, oh, okay. So she does those two things. She likes my house. She likes where I'm at. She's walking around my house right now in my head. She's going back and forth. She is, she's talking about wanting to have a bigger place. She says that they didn't have a house yet, or like they were looking into getting a home? Do you know?
They didn't-
Well, they like live in the apartment building that
Oh, okay. They
I
live in
don't
the
know if they
apartment.
would
Okay.
want to move. I think he always said
Well,
he wanted to move
didn't he say
upstate, yeah, where we
Didn't he
are.
say, I know.
Yeah. Okay.
Us?
That's why. Okay, this is what she goes like this. She's walking around here. She goes, "Oh man, I really like this. I really like this place. I'm in the middle of nowhere, like in East Texas, in the piney woods in Texas, on a lot of acreage." And she says, "Yeah, me and like my husband wanted this, or we wanted this." And
Yeah.
she says, "I always wanted to get a house. I hadn't done that." So the equivalent would be like upstate New York, right in the middle of nowhere. That's kind of like that. She says, like, "This is my dream." I go, "Okay." And she says that what? She's chewing gum. Interesting.
Oh my God.
So what?
They do.
All the time. I can hear it. She says she can't get crazy. She says she can have a couple of beers, but she can't get crazy anymore. And I go, fine. She's like cheersing you. She loves you. She loves her aunt. You over and over and over again. Just let them know that I'm fine. They're so worried about me. They're so worried about me. She wants to have a party with y'all.
I just miss her. Like it sucks.
I
that
know.
can't talk to her and laugh with
know.
her anymore. You know.
I know she's so sarcastic. She's funny. She's I'm gonna see if I can like bring out what she's. I'm gonna ask her about your life. Hey, let's see. Oh my God. No, I won't bring anything out that people shouldn't know, okay? Or mom shouldn't know.
Oh, she knows
I
everything
mean,
usually.
I know your mom knows everything. Mine would too. Tell me. Are you like actively trying to settle down right now with somebody?
No. I am settled.
No.
But
Well, you are settled
Yeah,
down.
yeah.
Okay. This is what she says, and I quote, "This is the laughing face for me." I said, "So what's going on?" She says, like, "I remember her. I know." And mind you, these are the words she's pulling out of my head. So some of these are my words, okay? But she says, "I remember her." She's like, when like we went through like our hoe phase, or we went through like our slut, like just having like a funny phase, like
Yeah,
her
yeah.
slut phase. And I go, "Okay." I said, "I understand that too." She goes, oh. And then I have to settle down. I get to settle down because it's just so good for me. And I was like, "Okay, are you trying to settle down?" "No, it's because you already are."
Oh, okay.
She
okay.
says, yeah, she says, "I'm really, really happy for you." She says that, what? Do you have 2 dogs right now, or 2 animals right now?
Me? Oh well, you
Yeah.
have two dogs.
I have two.
But I
Oh,
have
you have the 2.
I have 2 dogs.
I
Just
have
Vanessa.
1 dog and then I have 3 cats. So I don't know if she
Oh, okay. So this is what she says. She's talking about how, so she mentions somebody that has the 2 dogs, and then she's coming over here and joking to somebody on like, "Why don't you get another one? Why don't you get another one? You should
Probably
get
do.
another one. Like the house is already a zoo."
Yeah, this
Okay.
one.
Yeah.
Really? Oh, yes, you should. 10 out of 10. She
No,
says that
no,
they'll shit
no.
on you like you.
Once I get a fence, I'm getting another dog.
Yes, you need to. She says that.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
what happened?
You are the host now?
Oh no.
How do I do this? Uh-oh.
That was weird.
Oh, how do I
Uh-oh.
get
That
out
was
of
weird. It just, I don't know. I'm here. Can you hear me?
Oh, how do I
Can you
get
hear me?
out?
Hold on.
Cancel.
Wait, can you hear me okay?
I can hear you, but I can't see you.
Okay, cool. Oh, no.
Okay,
No.
I got you.
There we go. Okay, we're back. I have no idea what
Why
happened.
did you do that?
I don't know.
Okay, the only way that could happen is if I went here and I clicked leave the meeting. And
Didn't.
no. Okay. And mom, with like your fence, you're gonna get one of the wooden fences, right? Like the
Yes,
actual one.
yes.
Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, she goes, "Tell her not to be cheap." And I was like, "I don't think she's gonna go cheap." She says, "Tell her to get the wooden one, like the full wooden one. Don't do any of that half stuff." And I was like, "Oh, okay, I'll tell her about it." And she says, "Make sure it's really good." She says that, what? She's talking about with every holiday, every birthday, everything like that. She's here. She says it gets kind of lonely. She says she like watches everybody talk about her and stuff like that, but she's kind of like behind the scenes. She says that, well, no, you're not. What? Was she like, no, I'm gonna get this wrong. Was she like 5'3"? How tall was she?
She was like, yeah, I think she was.
She was, yeah.
5'3", 5'. One of those,
yeah,
5'3" or
yeah,
4, one of those.
Okay, this is
What
what she
about-
says. She's standing next to me. Okay, she's standing next to me in my head. And I'm tall. I'm like 6 feet tall. She goes, "Oh my God." I said, "How tall are you?" She goes, "You're tall." And I said, "How tall are you?" And she says, "A little bit shorter than my mother. My mother's 5'4". And so I'm like gonna take that around 5'3". She says that, tell me. Her back hurts. What? She's made my back hurt. She says it's always hurt. She had a lot of, I think, on top of the throat thing. She was in pain, but she's such a good person. She's talking about going to the lake, quote unquote, which is odd. I don't even think she went to a lake, which is interesting, which means she's creating her own version of heaven in my head. She says she like watches you as you look at her pictures and stuff on your phone. And like, or watches all that. She's talking about you sitting there. Like that, and then having this feeling of sadness, and she's talking about being with you. She says that, oh my God, when are you getting pregnant?
No, please don't. I don't want to. No.
Look at your mom. Your mom's like,
Well,
wait, is
Well,
it?
I literally just had a baby not too long
yeah.
ago.
You did?
Yeah.
That's why you're around. Oh my God, did you have a girl?
No, boy.
You had a
Oh,
boy.
don't tell me.
Oh, so the girl's coming up.
Maybe she'll have a girl.
I know. I was gonna ask that. I was gonna say, like, do I see
Yes.
you having? Oh
Yes.
God, I don't even know
Yes.
how I would.
Yes. Okay. So this is what she showed me. She said, baby, question mark. And I was like, I think she already has one, right? And then she goes and she puts you in the shirt you're in. I think it's pink. That's what it looks like on my screen. But then she goes and she makes you very round and she touches it and she says, girl. And I was like, oh, okay. But then she goes, which means name it after me.
I was going to do. I said,
Yeah.
"Great, now I have to have another kid and hope it's a girl, name it Juliet."
See, you have to. Okay, you already said it out loud. She brought it up. I mean, at
But what
this
if
point,
it's another boy? Then I'm
well,
really.
because it's not going to be. It won't be. It will not be. Oh my
Does she
God.
know when
She
this
likes
is
your
gonna
husband. Oh, hang on.
Oh, she likes Jason.
Yeah.
Wait, she says like this is okay. Let me tell you the words she said, and I think it's because she's sarcastic.
Yes.
She says, when she asked about the baby, when you asked about that, like, can this happen? She was like, well, of course it can happen, but maybe that's all the man you're gonna get from him. Like, that's it. Like, just like this joke, like 2 times. And I'm like, stop it. And she says that she likes to bust balls, like in a funny way.
Oh,
And I was like, okay. What? She says, like, it can happen tonight if you want to step on the gas, vroom, vroom. And I'm like, okay. I would say the best timing if you wanted to, what? I would say give it, she calls like your son right now a little squirt in my head. I'm just going to say that. And she says like give the little squirt time to like get to where they're 3.
Oh geez.
Okay. Yeah, get to like where they're 3. And the only reason being is because if it's earlier than that, it's gonna cause too many issues with you personally, not like just coping and money, and it's good, but I know you may want to get it out of the way, but I would say start trying, which would be really quick, like 2.5, and then by the time they're 3,
Yeah.
you're good. Okay. What?
Had to get all this trauma from birth.
I know. Oh,
Yeah, no, I understand that. So apparently, like, did you have postpartum depression really
Yeah.
bad? Oh, okay. she talks about this. I said, what is this? And she says that you had like me, where you just like wanted to run away or you just wanted to leave. And there's like all this sadness and all this stuff. And she says, yeah, I understand. I go, I get it. She says that, tell me. Interesting. She has you. It's really hard for you to be a mom, and it's okay. I understand that. She's talking about you switching over from like being a young adult to being a mom and like putting on your music versus like kids or something like that, or being in the car and like boo bopping like to your stuff. And you're like, come on, let's listen to this together. And she's talking about like being in the car with you. She's talking about how one. So your husband works all the time,
Yeah, he
like
works a lot.
all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, I would
She
say like,
says,
a lot.
yeah, she goes like this. I said, so what else? And she says, tell her I'm with her. I'm with her a lot. She goes, because he's gone a lot. He works all the time. I said, okay. One, what does he do? Can you tell me what he does? He's a what? Cooper, Gary. My God, sorry. It just brings that up again. I wonder if there's something going on with Gary. We'll have to talk about that later. He's not a. Does he like, is he? Oh, there's too many jobs going on. Hold on. I'm gonna ask him one more time. Go back into. So she talks about him going, I'm at my desk job, blah, blah, blah. But I feel like he has this much more like manly career that goes along with him. Like there's this area of like, "Rrr." So maybe for me, this would be like, maybe I'm a contractor and I like work for the state, but I still do everything on my computer and like I do this, but like it's like power. I don't know. What does he do?
He works, his dad owns a Napa auto parts store. So he's like kind of
Yeah.
like a manager
Yeah,
sales
yeah.
guy, like, you know, on the
Manager sit okay with the roar. So
Yeah,
that's
with
the
the
whole
car
it's the
part.
car
Yeah.
thing. Yes. Okay. Yeah. She's talking about, ew, I'm the manager. I'm at my desk.
does-
Like that. She's like,
Ew, that's what,
okay.
yeah.
How interesting. Yeah. I'm like, I don't know what this is, but you can feel the manly roughneck part about it, which is all the cars. Just FYI, those are all vibes. She says, what? She just put her like perfume all over me everywhere, and she's like making you smell this. I feel like she would be a body splash whore at one point. Like it's a whole thing. I mean, we all had that phase. She's talking about how
She does love her
She's got-
perfume.
and
she's got it all on
I
her.
wonder if you I wonder if you smell it. I wonder if you smell it or if you have it. There's something about that. I would even say too, down the line, like in the next couple of days, you may like see her signature one, or you may get
Well,
into
we and her
that. Like,
have the same. I still own the perfume she got me, and I wore it the other day. So.
Yeah.
stop. Yeah, this is all she does.
Oh
Yeah,
my
well,
God.
And then
she's
she talks about,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. What? What about him? She was screaming at her body to get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. And she was so sad about it. She was so sad about it. So frustrated.
Yeah.
Hold on.
It's crazy.
Was everybody there when they let her go? Was everybody there when they let her go?
I'm trying to, well, we all said goodbye.
You said goodbye.
Yeah, the day
Yeah.
before, and then when they unhooked Janet wasn't, no,
Her mom,
we,
yeah.
yeah, my
Her
sister, we
mom.
all went the day before.
Well, her mom was like screaming at her to get up, wake up.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
at the,
If that's what she's
at the
talking about.
funeral.
Yeah.
That's where she's
At the wake, yeah.
terrible. It was something I'd never, ever heard. Like,
Oh,
Yeah, she keeps having somebody, she keeps talking about somebody being beside her and screaming, get up, wake up, wake up.
Oh
That's
my-
what that was for. What
yeah.
happened? What is that about?
At the
At the-
funeral,
at the
At the
wake.
wake.
It was an open
It was
casket.
open, and my sister, of course, Wildred and the husband went in, and then my sister went in, and I wanted to leave some time just with her for Juliet, and she
Lost it, kind of.
like
Yeah.
really lost it. Like,
She's not doing too
no,
well.
my sister's not
No. Oh my God. Okay. Well, let's what?
just the scream. It was screaming, like screaming. Like
Blood curdling screams.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It was like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It was,
And she couldn't get up. I know. Yeah, she's just replaying that. It's interesting and like how that goes. She's talking about somebody standing beside her and screaming that and like her. And I'm like, maybe that's her soul. And I think also she was with mom when that was happening too, right? What? Interesting. She's talking about she gets her strong opinions from her mother. She gets that attitude, but like she really, really does love her. It's the whole thing. She does like in a joking way. She says like my mom's crazy, but I love her. And
Yeah.
she says that, yeah. Did she end up like calling her mom like by her first name a lot of the times? Okay, that's so random. Yeah, she talks about the only way she signifies this. I go, so so what about your mom? I said, how close are your relationship? She says, like mom, not really mommy. She says, I love her, but then she goes and my mom's name is Kathy. And she's like, Kathy, come here. And I was like, wait, so you called your mom by your first name? She's like, yes. There's those little bitty things like that. She says that, what? She says she'll go up to heaven when her time's done. She'll go up to heaven, which she's getting whenever she wants to, like when her kid is okay, when you have the second one. So she's going to be around here for a while. I said, what are you going to do? She says, I'm going to read books. I was like, okay, you don't really read books at all. And she's talking about how she does that now. So she's finding things to do in my head. I know she doesn't read books. She already confirmed that, but that's what she's doing now to like pass her time. She says that, what? Fucking birds are everywhere. So she's probably going to be a bird person. I'm just going to let you know. She's going to be a bird.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. She's a bird person. She goes, fucking birds are everywhere. I was like, okay, what? And then she's talking about like, this is her symbol. So please like watch out for that. And she says, what? Tell me about him. Gramps. So wait, so mom, is your dad gone?
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
Really? Oh, okay. She goes, I go, so what else? What do you want to talk about? She says, well, you have to get one more in. I said, well, who? And she says, Gramps. And I was like, Gramps who? And then she talks about like, that's her dad. I go, okay. She says, tell me what? Interesting. He feels much more astute in my head. He's talking about having to get this party under control. He's talking about having to like come in here and like settle things down. And I go, okay. And he says, oh wow. Okay. So you and your father actually had a really good relationship, correct, Mom?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he talks about how a lot of times we don't as women. And he literally gives me the image of like daddy's little girl. Like, I love her. I appreciate her. Like having that whole thing. You are alpha omega beginning and end for him. He says, what? Did dad end up passing before mom?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, cool. He goes like this. He says, I got a reprieve before your mother came to find me. Like in a joking way, which means like he died before her. And I was like, stop it. He says, no, I love her. He says that what? Oh, you were really young. You were like a kid whenever he passed.
Yeah, I was like 16, I think. Right, but 15.
Yeah. Oh, 15. Yeah, you okay. Yeah. He's just talking about you've grown up, you've gotten a lot bigger.
Oh,
You look really, really good.
My little sister. That's also
Was she like 8 or 9 when he crossed?
She was a baby.
She
No,
was
it's when
little.
she like 6 years. She was little, like
Yeah.
Oh, she was little. Okay, tiny. Okay.
yes, when he passed. Yeah.
Yeah. Hold on.
Yeah.
One. I don't know if this is true. He keeps talking about maybe he had cardiac issues going on all the time or something, but he's a really, really good guy. I think it's a lot slower than that. He says that
He had Alzheimer's.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. He keeps talking about, he says like this, he talks about like his heart just going out, but I don't see it as like a heart attack. But then he says everybody had to watch my demise, which
Yeah.
that's why I was like, oh, it had to be slower than that. He says that he calls you his girls. He loves y'all. He loves y'all. He loves y'all. He says that one, and I quote, when you have somebody wipe your butt, you just don't have any shame. It's a whole thing. For him, he was mortified in a way.
Yeah.
They can't take care of me. Did we end up having to put him in a little home towards the end?
In the veterans home he went to.
Oh,
Yeah.
poor bud. Okay. Yeah. He says they couldn't take care. I said, where were you at? What was going on? He said they couldn't take care of me. And they talk about transplanting him into like a home. And
Yeah.
he says, interesting. He says he was so happy to go home with God. He was so happy to go home with God. It's a thing. And I know everybody else felt this reprieve. And he's like doing fine. He just like waves his hand.
Yeah, he's like so happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. He's perfectly fine.
I'm okay. I'm all right.
I'm that's exactly what he did. He goes,
I'm all right.
just like that. And so he's in my body. He's trying, he feels like a bigger man to me for some reason. He makes his hands very, very big in my head. I don't know why. Yeah. What? He said he put on his jacket. He got dressed up for this occasion. He looks nice. He's can be very spiffy.
Oh, sure. He always had to look good.
Yes, that's what he did. He said, I put on my jacket. I had to look really nice for this occasion. He has like a little button up. It's a whole thing. He just adores y'all. He says, what? He said he's talking about the cousin. He says, oh, sweet. So you're going to come with me? And she's like, no, I'm not done yet. He says that what? And well, there's a whole, wait, did your mom get remarried?
No.
Okay. All he says was like, were you cheating on me? And I was like, I don't think she was. Like, there was never a mention of anybody. Like, or maybe that's just because the link.
Yeah, she's too busy cooking.
Yeah, exactly. She's having pot roast.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. What? Tell me about her. How? Really? Wow. So he ended up getting Alzheimer's like in his 70s, like really, really early on. I mean, it's his 60s. Was that a thing?
It might have started, you never know because he always seems to use it. It's kind of creeps up on you. And then all of a sudden it just got,
really
it started like in
boom. Okay. Yeah. Poor bud. I want to go. What? Are we upstairs right now?
Oh, well, we're
In a house?
up pretty high. Yeah, we are up high. It's kind of like,
it's like my parents just built the house and they have to be out of the flood zone. So it's like the next level.
we're like 8 feet off the ground.
Yeah. So technically this is like a second story.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay. This is what your dad said. He's looking out the window behind you in my head. And he says, we're pretty high up here. And that's why I said, are you upstairs? Because that's why I'm like, why are we so?
We're pretty far up. You can't just walk out.
Crap. No. Okay. No wonder he likes it. He likes it. Something about the countertops over and over and over again. What was going on with your kitchen countertops? Like what a pain in the ass are those? What's happening with that?
Well, they nothing really. I mean, I don't
know.
Do you have marble?
What?
Are they marble?
Was he making fun of Anna?
No, they're not marble.
They're not marble.
I'm a little disappointed in the countertops. Maybe
you are?
Oh,
yeah, I am.
Why?
Maybe they look marble.
Oh. Okay, only reason, this is all he says. He goes like this. He says, tell her it's okay about the countertops. And I was like, why? What's wrong with it? So maybe because you're disappointed. So it's like secretly.
Yeah, I'm not too crazy about it, but whatever.
You could okay, because this was supposed to be your dream house, correct? This is your dream house?
Yeah, we're not here. This is it for the move. We're upstate. That's it.
Oh my God, I'm okay. Well, it's gonna be beautiful. So your dad is here. Your mom is like, tell her she can come up here. It's better in heaven. It's a whole thing. And I'm like, she doesn't want to. And she's like, she
Oh,
can come if she wants to.
I'm not going yet.
No, not at all. So let me just tell you that your mom is fine. Your dad is fine. Your cousin sister, I'm just gonna call her that, is fine. She's here. You have dogs, you have everybody, and you are 15 feet high up in the air, and the ghosts know that. So I just want to let you know. If you don't believe in dead people after this, I have no idea, because I do. And Gary showed up at this point in my life. Okay. So for right now, y'all, I gotta go to my last session. Do y'all have any questions for me at all or anything?
No, I don't think
What
so.
about you?
No,
What
I
would you-
want to
yeah.
know if I was going to have another kid in the future, but Juliet answered that for me. So
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
Anyway.
Yeah. And then, oh, your mom told you to wear your glasses, so keep doing that, okay? Okay. So y'all, if you think of anything, if you have anything for me, just email me and let me know. I'm going to send you the session tomorrow in the morning. But the other thing I need you to do is take a couple minutes, have a good breather, have a good ugly cry, and sit back. And I need you tonight to take a moment and tell each one of these people thank you and that you love them. Okay. Because they come forward so that we can communicate and talk. And so we have to give that back
yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right, y'all. I love you.
I love
Love you.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.